What is up, everybody? TC here with Smoky Mountain Knife Works, smkw.com, and I'm here with Bryce from CRKT. Bryce, good to see you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, you've come up with your 5 favorite current production knives. That might be changing.
Yeah, it was hard to do.
Right. Yeah, I know it's hard. It's like picking your favorite kid, right?
Something like that, yeah.
But let's go over like these picks that you've come up with, and from CRKT, and let's talk about them. What makes them really your favorites?
Sure. So I'm sure as everyone's familiar with the Provoke at this point. Hey,
Yeah,
you got one in your
one
pocket
in my
too.
pocket. Yep.
So this is the Provoke Compact, which was a really cool move for us the middle of this last year. Kind of shrinking down the main Provoke just a little bit, making it a little bit more EDC friendly. Just something that's slimmer in the pocket. Still features all the cool benefits of the kinematic opening mechanism here. These 2 arms that inject the blade out the back. Really solves all the shortcomings of kind of a traditional folding karambit.
Right.
And this one's just really cool. It makes it a little more EDC friendly, like I was saying. And Joe Caswell, the designer, is just a genius. He's a really interesting dude. Saw a problem with the knife and wanted to fix it. And I love that kind of innovative, outside-the-box thinking. We've seen so many knives now at this point that are very similar.
Yep.
So having something that's like this revolutionary is really cool, and that's what gets me excited in the knife world.
Yeah.
Seeing something new, and even like the pocket clip, it lays flat on the back until you raise up right there. I think that's just such a revolutionary idea. Getting rid of those hot spots that you feel from the pocket clip, and making it a little more subtle. I really enjoy that. So.
Well, and that's one thing that we really appreciate from CRKT is that you don't shy away from innovation or really, out there designs, because that's really your bread and butter. That's
Totally.
what you guys do amazingly.
Totally, and we rely a lot on our designers. Obviously, every knife we have here is going to have a designer behind it. They do all our R&D. They do all the work. So we get a knife that comes with years of knife history. All the knowledge that goes into it. You may not notice all the little details. I know, and when the designer's going over it, they point out stuff I don't see, but you get that knowledge, and that's really what you're getting with the CRKT knife is years of knife making education there. So really cool, and I was really excited to have a little Provoke, little mini one.
Absolutely.
Another one of my favorites is the Minimalist. And the Minimalist has been with us for quite a while. Alan Foltz designed this little knife actually from a waste piece of steel. I like to show off how that happened, but if you told 2 Minimalists up like that, basically makes 3 holes, and that's the piece of steel he worked off. He found a piece of steel, 3 holes in it, he cut it in 2 and made 2 knives out of it. A little bit more refinement after that. But this is one of the most ergonomic knives ever created. I've yet to find somebody who doesn't fit their hand. One of the best little neck knives made. We have the original Bowie here, and this is actually an SMKW exclusive in D2 steel with that burlap marcator right there. Really cool little blade.
Yeah, and one thing that we've seen a lot on social media, and I've done it myself, is buying several different models and then swapping the handle scales around because they're really cool. And also, we've seen a lot of people making their own handle scales for these because they are smaller pieces, they're easy to work, and it's easy dimensions to work with and easy to make. And I mean, they're so, you can really make them whatever you want to.
Definitely. Yeah, I love the maker community out there on the internet, and they've really taken a lot of our stuff and make it their own. And that's what you do. Customize it. Make it yours.
Absolutely.
Really cool.
Absolutely.
But I love this little neck knife. We got it in all different types of blade shapes. But just that handle is one of the most ergonomic things we've ever created. So really cool. Love the Minimalist. We'll stick with Alan Foltz.
The other end of the spectrum from Foltz.
It's amazing. It's the same designer. That's what it gets me so excited to see all the different things that these designers do. You get to feature different pieces of their work. It's from Alan Foltz, the one who made that very minimalistic little fixed blade.
Yeah.
And they made this, the Ritual. It's really big upswept blade, just big overall, but still fits in the pocket really well.
Yep.
Kind of disappears the way it's so slim, and it kind of hugs the inside of your pocket. And then when you take this thing out to open a box or something, it's just a showstopper.
A great conversation piece right there.
100%. And just going from Alan, it's like I said, just something super basic, and it becomes something that's like this big, and merges Persian with Japanese design. That's really Alan. And Alan's just a really cool guy. History in a lot of stuff, armor making, jewelry making, and now some of the best knives in the world. So really excited to have another Alan Foltz folder.
Yeah.
This thing's sick.
That thing is so cool. And it's been insanely popular this year.
I know.
I mean, we haven't been able to keep them in stock, and they are just amazing. And I love, let's talk about real quick this handle material here.
So that's just a resin impregnated fiber on there. If you look closely, I don't know if I'll be able to catch it in the light there, but you can see the individual layers. But I love that kind of ivory color tone to it.
It's very ivory, and it also almost looks like a wood grain.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you can see it a little bit. That's what's cool about my Carter when it gets removed, and you get all those like subtracted layers.
Yeah.
So you will see more of this in some other knives coming out.
Yeah.
But yeah, really enjoyed that look, and just a fun one overall. This is the best way that I know to open an Amazon box or smkw.com box.
Absolutely.
Bust that thing open and open it backwards or something. Yeah. It's just super fun. In the end, these are tools, but why can't we have fun?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So.
And have something unique.
Hell yeah. So next up is the CEO. This is another one of ours that's just been really doing well. I think mostly because of the unique shape.
Yeah.
Really, I've never seen such a slender little knife out there, and it really just looks like a pen in your pocket when you got it in the pocket. We've released a couple different models of this. This is the thumb stud model, the original. Just a really great opener. Richard Rogers, the designer of this, is super good with angles. So a lot of people, if you have a CEO, you'll recognize the ability of it to kind of build up a little bit of pressure and then the blade flies open.
Yeah.
I like when people think like, is it assisted?
Yeah.
Like, no, just good design.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And you know what? I've seen a lot of people that use these. They'll keep them in their pocket, and they'll use them as a steak knife out at a restaurant
really?
or something. Yeah, absolutely. And it works perfect as a steak knife. I mean, it's the perfect size. It's the perfect shape. It just, I think that's brilliant.
I love
that's
that.
hilarious.
I'm gonna bring my own steak knife next time. That is a solid move. I really enjoy that. Yeah, love the little CEO. Got a lot of variants. Got some more coming out, so stay tuned for that. But everybody's got to have a CEO. It's a fun little knife and just a really cool package.
Absolutely.
CEO.
And now another area that you guys have really pioneered in the EDC market here is with this field strip technology, and you guys have refined that. And I tell you what, it's absolutely incredible, especially for people that aren't as proficient or maybe don't take their knives apart as much to keep them clean and stuff, because they get all that pocket lint and gunk built up in them. This makes it a lot easier and take a lot less time, and you don't have to worry about like tightening down a screw too much or stripping a screw out or something like that.
Yes. Not everybody's got all the little Torx bits or the time and wants to do that. So
exactly.
Everybody should be cleaning their knives. It's gonna, like you said, it's gonna collect gunk from your pocket. You drop it in the sand or the dirt, you're gonna get all that grit in there, and it's gonna hurt the functionality of your knife. We don't want that. So this is our second generation field strip. Only one thing you have to do here to get the knife undone. Move that little toggle to the upper position, and the knife will come apart into 3 pieces right there, real simply. Other improvements, we press the bearings in this time, so they're not going anywhere, and we put it on our IKBS ball bearing, so it's got drop shet action in spades, and it goes back together just as simply. So take that blade, put it on the back scale right there, top scale goes on, just like so. So the knife's back together, push the toggle back into the lower position, back in business, rock solid. So just a really cool mechanism. Ken Onion came up with it. The man, the myth, the legend, Ken Onion.
Right.
So always exciting to have a new Ken Onion knife. This one's the Bonafide. It comes in 2 editions, and this is the dark green OD model. And cool feature here too is one on a full flat grind there, and that just kind of sparks joy while using. So I like a good full flat grind. And beyond that, you got a little bit of texturing on the back here, and all aluminum, so it's pretty lightweight. But
yeah, I love that color scheme too. The green with the black blade and the black backspacer and all that, and hardware. It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it's really cool. And as we do at CRKT, we use these designs to open source to other designers who are CRKT designers. So we've seen this on other knives made by some other designers. So I'm excited to see that more.
So we're really excited to have your redesigned counter here in the store. And this has turned out absolutely amazing.
It looks good, huh?
So we have this new CRKT department. Let's talk about that for a second. I mean, you guys have done an amazing job designing this department now in our store. And this is kind of becoming a destination in and of itself.
Well, Smoky Mountain is a destination. If you're a knife person, you got to come out here, spend a day or two just going around looking at all the things you only see online.
Right.
And really what we wanted to do here was we do a whole lot for trade shows. We have big booths, really cool. Not everybody gets to see it. So we kind of took a little element of that with our topo design and really kind of rocked it out. We want a big presence here. This is the place to be at Smoky Mountain. So we believe in it, and we really want to invest here and have some fun.
And this counter has changed a lot with you guys' redesign. and it might be changing a little bit more here in the future. So
Yeah, we got some tricks up our sleeve.
Yeah.
We'll see what's coming.
we're really excited. Bryce, dude, thank you again so much.
Thank you.
And folks, we've got a lot more. Stay tuned for what's coming from CRKT. Now, today, the day that they are here, we're going to be filming all of the new releases for 2022. So stay tuned for all of those. They are going to be released on January 1st. So you're going to want to see these. They're amazing. And we are super excited and super stoked. Stay tuned for more. Bryce, again, thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
Folks, remember, if it cuts like CRKT, then we carry it.